Hey guys, I'm Setare. Welcome to my channel. Today I find myself in Playas Tijuana, which is right across the border where San Diego is. And I am having to go to Walmart to basically purchase enough food for the next 3 weeks. Let's see what's left in the stores that we can keep vegan and healthy. I'm not gonna lie, as I walk in the store, I'm surprised. The produce section is actually fully stocked and colorful as heck. What I will admit though is that the store is absolutely empty, and usually this place is swarming with people. Let's get one thing really clear. It is essential to have a diet with living produce. I'm talking about fresh fruits and vegetables. Eat living foods full of light and color and life, and that's exactly what you'll receive in return. In this case, my fridge is already stocked with fresh fruits and vegetables, so we are going to assume that yours is also. We're gonna focus on the foods that would last us long term. Also, I am fully stocked on potatoes. Make sure you have plenty of potatoes and sweet potatoes. They last for such a long time, and they happen to be the most satisfying food on the planet. Baby food, guess what? It actually happens to be minimally processed, and it's basically simple ingredients blended together. Not a bad idea, worst case scenario. So I walked myself to the aisle where you would normally find rice and any kinds of legumes or beans, and this is what I saw. If you followed me before, then you know I follow what I call the potato diet, based on Dr. McDougall's book, The Starch Solution, following the guidelines of a whole plant-based diet. The secret here is to maintain a low-fat diet. So this means avoid products that contain any kind of oil. Well, all the canned beans and all the bags of dry beans as well as dry rice are completely gone. What I do find are pre-cooked packages, and as I check the ingredients list, they do contain salt, but they do not contain any oil or animal product, which for me is something I can work with. This also ends up being the same case for rice. I found rice, but not in its most natural form. I found it in pre-cooked bags, which isn't gonna be my optimal option, but for what's left, it works. Keep in mind, these foods also happen to be the most inexpensive foods that you can find in the market. They happen to be also the healthiest. Here, we will definitely focus on getting enough natural carbs into our diet, because this is what gives us energy so that we are able to function throughout the day and also be able to use our minds and deal with our emotions. Now, I don't drink even the plant-based milks because I prefer to make banana milk. But you do have the options of getting the plant-based milks. My recommendation is to go for rice milk or oat milk. Otherwise, you can get almond milk. But remember, the trick to being able to eat a really high carbohydrate diet is to maintain a low-fat diet. But again, if we are still in transition mode, this is perfect. I was pleasantly surprised to find that they had so many plant-based milks. So now I find myself in the cereal section, and if you're a morning breakfast kind of person and you're into the cereals, the best kind of cereal I'm going to recommend is oatmeal, and this is definitely something you can find everywhere. Just make sure you check the ingredients list, because some of them do include extra processing. They include extra ingredients that you can add yourself, and make sure you know what you're putting into your oatmeal. Some of them have dry fruits in them, so if you can get the simplest kind, that's going to be the best option. I avoid the dry cereals because the majority of them, at least in this store, have oil in the ingredients list. I was surprised to find so many packages that were pre-cooked that had no oil in it. There was this bag that I found that was a bean and rice mix that had absolutely no oil in it, and it was pre-cooked, so it would be finished in 5 to 10 minutes. For those of you looking for fast food, look no further. Now I'm looking for canned vegetables, and the truth is I found nothing but corn. Personally, I'm not a fan of corn even when it's organic because I find that it does not digest very well. But I did happen to find about 6 cans of garbanzo beans. Typically, I like to buy them organic, salt-free, but I'm gonna work with what I got. And I purchased the last 6 cans of garbanzos. There was also one little tiny can of green peas. It was definitely different to see that everybody's cart was mostly full with plenty of Clorox and heavy-duty cleaning products. Everyone was wearing their masks. Some of the tellers and cashiers were also wearing masks. Don't forget to bring your own bags. The items that I found were mostly frozen foods. The canned goods were gone. The only thing I found besides corn, which for me does not digest well, was these cans of garbanzos. There were like 2 bags of this oatmeal left, and I was surprised that it was actually an organic oatmeal. I usually favor fruit, but again, like if we weren't able to go out and get fruit, or if we ran out of frozen fruit, the oatmeal is a great breakfast. Obviously the greens will eventually go bad, and so if we can buy them little by little, it's great. I'm not a fan of freezing my greens at all. For now, they're available. These are hydroponicos, and a lot of the only vegetable really that was available even in the frozen food area was corn, frozen corn or mixed vegetables with corn. Again, I'm not a fan of the corn. So I got a bunch of these peas, green peas. I love green peas. Obviously, I'll cook it with other vegetables if I have other vegetables available with lime and seasoning, and every time it tastes a little bit different depending on the seasonings that I use. There was frozen fruit. I already have frozen berries and frozen bananas in the freezer. Water this out. So there's some berries, and these are bags of frozen bananas. So worst case scenario, if I can't go out, I'm having a lot of smoothies. I didn't find any other canned goods that had beans, but I did find these pre-cooked beans. The good thing is that they are made oil-free. When I check the ingredients, it does just have water, black beans, and salt. So these are great. And I found pinto as well. Frozen broccoli. I got 2 bags of the frozen broccoli. Quinoa and rice, but I got some just in case we were to run out of potatoes like you see over there. We can always go for quinoa or rice. These are pre-cooked. They had brown rice pre-cooked. It says cooked in 10 minutes. Working with what we got, people. Working with what we got. And they had some rice, white rice as well. I know my mom's a fan of white rice. And these pre-cook in they're pre-cooked and it'll be ready in 5 minutes. And I got some fruits just because they're available right now. I'm gonna eat as much as the fresh stuff that I can in the meantime. Plenty of bananas. Always getting bananas as much as I can. When they start to get too spotted, I just freeze them. A few veggies there. There wasn't any organic apples, but again, we are working totally with what we've got. The total of this was about $55. Believe it or not, I think this could, if I really wanted, could last me 3 weeks. Definitely 3 weeks. There you have it. Could you imagine $55? 3 weeks worth of food? I'd say that's a bargain. Well, I really hope that that was helpful. I am curious to know what is and what isn't available in the stores near you. What are you doing to stay absolutely healthy during this time where you are in quarantine and can't go out as much as you would like? What foods are you preparing to taste delicious but yet stay healthy, stay plant-based, and stay strong so that our defenses are perfectly ready to defend itself from any kind of viruses out there. What's really cool is that this is beyond just protecting yourself from viruses. This is a diet that can help you prevent many chronic illnesses, diseases, and so much more. Feel good energy-wise, spiritual-wise. I think it's been the way to go for me, and my experience has completely transformed my life. And I'd say a lot of us are at home right now and could definitely experiment with trying new foods. I do have a free available guide that you can get on my website, setarekatibi.com. I'll put it in the description so you can download it and know what are the green light and yellow light and red light foods to avoid. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed shopping with me today. It was definitely quite different than anything that I've experienced. The good thing is that we can always find the light in everything that's happening, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity to learn to appreciate whatever it is that we have in this moment right now. We've got each other. So I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm here for you. And subscribe, put on your notifications so you know every time that I post a new video so that we can share it together.